1. Let's get started.
Why they stopping me?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I am Venice Keys, aka LaShawn Boucher, and I am back
Hey, girl.
with the Dionne Victoria. Yes. And I am an artist. I'm also an educator. That's how we met.
That's
That's literally how we met. Art and education. Bow. I'm also a community activist and supporter and advocate. I've volunteered and have been aboard for your nonprofit. Founder of the nonprofit, the Healing Academy. Mm-hmm. She is the CEO and founder of the Art Center of Englewood, where we are recording right now, which is literally a dream come true, right?
Literally.
The dream came true. You're a mother, you're an artist, you're a scientist,
all those
you
things.
Are a healer.
I do that.
Yes. And I am so excited to talk about round 2 of your Wombs and Wounds series. Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's such a mouthful.
Yeah.
I love alliteration.
I also love that they sound similar.
Right? It's like, what are we talking about here?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm really excited to be here. A little bit more about me for those who didn't watch the show last time or don't know who I am. I am a mother and I love my children. And a lot has happened in my life because of motherhood. And I'm also a woman who is very, very concerned and supportive of women.
Yes.
You know, I think sisterhood is one of the most magical things that we can have in this world when we are working together. And so this series kind of goes along that line of things: sisterhood, healing, motherhood, and all the process of that.
Right? So many good things.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? One thing as women, whether you have birthed a child or you have not, no matter your status, like that womb is such a spiritual organ as well. It's not just a physical thing.
Exactly.
You know, like it is always with us.
Yeah.
No matter our state.
Yeah. And we are creating at all times.
Okay.
Bringing life to life.
So, the first thing that is just striking me is how dynamic these look together as a group. Like they are stronger in conversation.
Yeah.
These really similar, strong canvas shapes make it concise. It's impactful. I just want to jump into this red piece, though.
Okay.
Like it is doing textural things. It feels like we are watching a scar heal in time. Like it is just
that.
like a very no, I see it because the blue is like, because you know, thinking on a scientific level, right? How our cells regenerate, like that blue healing energy, and then that green makes me think of the heart chakra. And while red can be like a powerful and protective color, here it is really just screaming like trauma. But you know, and then like these gems, it's just so much is happening. Can you talk about
Yes, please. This is probably one of my favorites right now. Second to Heart Work, which we talked about last month.
Yeah.
And that was the piece with the heart and all the syncope in it. So this particular piece, yes, you are pretty spot on. It's about healing. It's about a scar. It's about calm. It's about green, the balming of it all. This started with like literally a broken heart. So yeah. and a lot of times when we think about broken hearts, we think about relationships, like romantic relationships. But your heart can be broken because you were planning to have a vaginal birth and instead you had a C-section. That happened to me, right? I wanted to have a vaginal birth, but ended up having a C-section. A broken heart can happen because that life that you thought you were going to have didn't work out the way you were intending it to or hoping that it would. Your heart could be hurt from that. And a broken heart can happen from the loss of a friendship, a sister friend, someone whom you love. So this piece kind of is that broken heart for me, even this one too. But this particular one, the gems, it's like the beauty of it all. Like healing is a process and sometimes it's super uncomfortable. But when you go through the journey and you get to the destination, you're so grateful for the process.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, I came from here, and now I've made it to the place I was hoping to be.
Mm.
So yeah,
That scar tissue, okay?
Yes.
And wounds can be powerful reminders.
Yes.
So I want to get into the technical aspects. Thank you for sharing the conceptual and confirming my hunch.
Mm-hmm.
But this mossy,
Mm-hmm.
hairy, what was that like? Because you've used glass in your work before.
Yes.
You've used kind of these other elements coming in as conceptual and as well as just to like change the surface. But like, where did this material come from?
So the moss was, again, going back to earth, going back
Yeah.
to that greenery. It also was another element to add texture because I wanted it to be rough. I did not want any like I wanted some parts to look shiny and smooth, but I also wanted some parts to be like, ooh, I had to literally go through the jungle for this. So that's where the moss came in, where it's like I want to bring in earth materials more, and I've done that in the past. Painting I've had dirt in it. I've used other things that maybe we could talk about down the line. But this piece, yeah, the moss was to get back in touch with earth.
You know, in this yoni shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
The yoni shape. It is ancient. It is alchemy. It is so underrated. I have a feeling that yoni will be coming up a lot in this series.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's part of what makes me a woman. And so I like in this piece is similar. And it goes back to that broken heart, right? But then this shape here being the yoni, if you will. And this was like pearls. And I don't know if it's done, but it's like it's this broken gems.
You say you don't know if it's done?
I don't know. I kind of feel like there's more work to be done on it, on both of these.
I
actually.
love that. More to come.
Yeah.
So they may make a reappearance?
They may make a reappearance.
Oh,
they just might. Because
sequel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We love that.
We're breaking the conspiracy that your broken heart is ugly or that that hurtful experience was bad for you. That's not what the case is. You know, we're here to experience life so that we can be our best selves, whatever that looks like. And that makes me think about something we talked about last week. And I heard you say this, and it's been something I've been processing around. Like,
really?
Yeah, like we got to talk about this again.
Okay.
You mentioned something, and I want you to follow up with me and send me the study. You were talking about the study around poverty and art, and how impoverished people have the challenge of consuming art. Or I would like to push the envelope and say it's not so much that they may not be able to consume it. They may not have the vocabulary to talk about it.
Absolutely.
They may not have the time, right? The safety, right? So it's not that they can't conceptualize it or that they can't consume it or criticize it and have a real analysis of the artwork, but how much time has been poured into them doing that. So I just want to push that, just kind of give a little pushback on that, because I don't want this idea that impoverished people can't make art or can't consume it or can't criticize it.
Okay, I'm about to triple rewatch that tape and make sure I know what I said. We're going to follow up with these evidence.
Please, we can
facts.
always come back.
We're going to follow up.
We'll be back next month.
Oh, yeah. And also to your point, and I totally agree with what you're saying, is like, how can I, when I have these very life-threatening, serious survival type things to handle, right? It's not a cognitive deficit that I've meant to speak to, but more or less of like, what is more important?
Right.
I get
that. Like, what level of importance is talking about art when I don't got no heat?
Okay.
And it's cold outside.
I gotta make this $5 stretch a couple of weeks, you know.
And that's what I love about art in general, just being able to communicate and talk through and process.
I was waiting for the perfect segue to. And I have my own thing ready. I love that. We be locked in. Communicate. Okay, segue.
Yeah.
Does this piece have a name?
No, none of them do at this time.
Okay.
They don't have names yet. So when you see them, they will be untitled. But
Mm,
definitely
mm.
about communication, but it's also about breath and air and like.
And I'm so glad you said that, because this was definitely giving some kind of vortex of
Yes.
wind.
Yes.
But there's also like the exchange going through
Yes.
the, I peeped the science diagram of the respiratory situation. That's always where it starts. And then the swirl. And what I love is that green in the middle really creates this kind of depth to it where it's not negative space. And then those white lines, these lines here, the way you have it like overlapping, underlapping, it's creating the movement. So you've literally found a way to simplistically master like the space and the movement and the attention. Because also, right, the way that even this part of the painting works, our mind and our eye can push it back, pull it forward.
Exactly.
Like it can do so many things. Like I wouldn't be surprised if people was like, oh, those two faces. Like,
yeah. And I might play around with it a little bit more because I like that kind of secret. Like, oh, there's a secret in there.
Yeah, it is. It is fascinating. It's really inspiring that you're talking about wombs and wombs, because my own spiritual journey started as a response to leaving a domestic violent kind of situation. That's the first time I've ever said that to the public. So your artwork and talking to you is really inspiring me to say words that are just really hard to say. And be very open about that, because that is an extension of why I create how I create, why I dress how I dress. And yeah, you're like peeling off the layers. Us communicating is making me be like, I can share my story more explicitly, less censoring, really get the truth out.
I think, so the last thing I really want to say, since we're kind of landing on communication here, is like, we mentioned this last week, like communication goes two ways. I have to actively listen to you speak, and you have to speak with as best clarity as you possibly can. So I would like to challenge folks to hear people. Don't make believe what they're saying to you, but just like look at their bodies, look them in the eye, like notice things about them, right? So that it's not just, well, you're just saying these things to me and now I need to defend myself, or now I need to come back at you with something else. Like really truly hearing people. I've been, since our last conversation, actively trying to do that more. Like, okay, what are they actually saying to me? Because what I think they're saying, what they think they're saying, and what is actually being communicated is three different things.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
if we can listen with our hearts, open our minds to the idea that maybe those English words that the person is saying is not what they're actually trying to say, or what they, it may be something else.
Words can be minimizing.
Yeah.
Words can be minimizing.
So
I appreciate you saying that.
Thank you for taking some time for me.
Oh my gosh. Are there any last words or thoughts about how people can purchase or inquire more? I know you said like maybe these two are still in progress, or just this one is still in progress.
Yeah, they're still in progress. You can always come to Open Studio. We're painting at that time, so you can check us out to paint, or you can paint yourself. And it doesn't have to be painting either. You can write, you can do whatever you want in Open Studio. But also follow us at Ace Ink Shy everywhere. That's aceinkshy.com. Ace Ink Shy on social media, both Instagram and YouTube. And we're the Art Center of Englewood everywhere, Ace Ink Shy. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Dionne, Victoria, this has been fantastic. And I cannot wait to talk to you all at the next Artist Talk.
Yay!
Art lives forever, and now you can own a piece of the Ace. Limited edition prints start at $50, or elevate your collection with hand-embellished, one-of-a-kind works at $250 each. Each masterpiece is signed, numbered, and filled with soul. Don't wait. Once they're gone forever. Visit our website or follow the link below to secure your print today. And remember, at the Ace, you're number one.